Alright, so I'm looking over Yerington, Nevada. This is the hills just west. Huge copper mining area. So I'm kind of needling through the hills to see the different mine adits. And hopefully we'll be able to get a good view of the huge open pit that you can see from space. So let's go. So that adit is most definitely open. I peeked my head in there a little ways and that thing goes back into the hill at least 80 yards before you can't see down the tunnel anymore. So probably connects to those open cuts up there, but let's go see. It looks like there's some kind of processing that went on there. So there's a lot of these signs of a company called Hud Bay. It says private property, but it just says no shooting within private property and no illegal dumping. So I'm not doing anything wrong or illegal as far as I know. So until I see no trespassing, we're gonna go ahead and keep checking this out. Starting with this bad boy up here. Okay, so apparently that road isn't going to take me to the top, but got a little bit of an opening here. Oy. Riding boots and rocks do not work together very well. Okay, so it looks like we got a regular adit and then something down here. Yeah, it looks like those are just those will just swing open. So I haven't seen any closed adits up here as of yet. Alright, I'm gonna try to find the road up to that top section if there is one. Alright, here's a nice view into one of the many huge open pits they have. This one is looking like it's the town dump. See plenty of little adits and tunnels coming out of the walls. So this place is probably just absolutely honeycombed with tunnels. This is a copper mining area. I see green rock just everywhere. Very, very green. As I was turning around, I made a little observation. Look at that crack. This whole thing at some point soon is just going to crash to the bottom. Okay, so here I'm at this fence. Here I am at this fence. Fucking mush mouth. And for some reason they've blocked off this whole area. So you can't even drive down here, which makes me think there's something extra interesting. So let's just go see what it is. interesting rock. This looks like it's, no, it's open. So you can see they're probably chasing all of this. I mean, this is nice, green and blue, sparkly. Yeah, this is a nice one. This looks like marble. And there's a plethora of green waste rock coming out of here. Lots of hiding places for rattlesnakes and whatever else is in here, but that's open. See if the GoPro can. So it looks like they've had a little bit of a collapse right there, but it's just a chunk of rock and some small rocks. It's not a very stable mine. I don't think I'd want to explore this one. It's made it this long though. Nice little chunk of ore. Okay, so I think I found the road to those big hilltop cuts, and it's just further up, but on the way we have a Zarlak pit. I can't really get close enough to see how far that goes down. So we'll do the trusty rock in the pit. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere. False alarm. Alright, this one's got some wood in it, so it might be legit. Oh yeah, that's a nice vertical shaft. I can't tell, it might be filled in though. Alright. False alarm. Alright, we're getting close to the edge. Rock looks just like basic granite. Some other interesting sparkly whatever. Okay, this one, not much to it. It's just a big hole in the ground. I do see a little vein of something over there, but kind of interesting. Hopefully the other one will be better. Okay, so I was just up there where I parked to go see the big hole in the ground, and I look back here and we have a pretty sizable incline shaft. Looks pretty open, and it goes down incline for a little bit, and then it's probably about 25 feet, and then it levels off. So definitely a substantial mine here at the top of this thing. I'm expecting when I get around the corner to see a bunch more. And here's a sample of that rock. It's very, very faceted. Okay, so I'm just a little further down the road. I was hoping there's going to be a road that curved around the hill to the front where those big giant open cuts are, but it doesn't look like I'm going to have any luck. So dead-ended here, and something interesting. So in this little level area, it looks like they have a whole bunch of different crushed samples. So this looks like a miniaturized version of those other open pit mines where they just do the piles after they process the rock, and as the rock changes colors, the piles change colors. So we have the same thing here, just in like a total miniature version. So I do see a bunch of samples over there. I guess they didn't pan out. So I'm going to continue to go try to find a way to those big mines. If I can't, then there's plenty more down that way and on the other side of this mountain. So we'll come back. Alright, looks like we got some pretty substantial mine here. probably a pretty insane vertical shaft. Just gonna take a little peek, see if it goes anywhere. Oh yeah. That is a gaping hole. Let's see if I can find a nice sized rock. That one would be good. Yeah, that's deep. See if I can get a better angle on the wind. Alright, so it looks like we have a huge open cut. And we have some infrastructure right there. Let's go check that out. Okay, gotta get a better look at this. There's that big open shaft. Some more open shafts right there. And just dip around that real quick. Minimal depth over here. Maybe it'll be deeper in the middle. Nah. I do see some workings over there. Let's go check that out. That's interesting. Kind of a little vein. Some hydrothermal stuff. Looks like calcite. More nice, colorful rock. Nice green and turquoise. This whole rock here is really crumbly, and it's just loaded with calcite. Pretty sure that's what that is. It's it's like a sugary consistency. It's not very solid. Sketcherific. Just try not to make any sounds. It's all loose, chunky rock. So it looks like it's collapsed, but at some point this was a very large adit into the side of this mountain. The spot is still standing, is held up by those nice posts. Some good timbering in that one spot. Go look a little further up. Alright, looks like that's about it for this pit. There's that big open shaft. That's where I just came from, and we have another incline shaft. It looks like it goes vertical after a little bit. I see some wood steps down there. So this whole hillside is just Swiss cheese. Another one right there. Probably goes to the same spot. I see why they started cutting into it. That kind of blue, nice blue chunks of copper ore. That looks interesting. Did a pretty good job with this fence. I don't see any way to make it over to take a peek. I'm almost certain that's going to drop to an incline or just vertical right there. Another one. Quick update. So I made it up a little ravine to the other side. That's the spot I'm trying to get to, that hillside that has the giant cutouts. There's a huge mill site underneath that, so I'm going to try to get over there. It's not as easy as I thought it'd be. It's about 5 miles as the crow flies on Google Earth, but it's hard to really get a sense of the steepness and the rockiness and just the maze of roads that are leading through these hills. So, but it looks like I'm on the right trail. Hopefully, if not, I have another one back there. So we'll come back when I get there. All right, I made it. I am at Swiss Cheese Mountain. So I think I was probably up near that hilltop when I was looking down at this place. So here is a closer look. Good Lord! That is a huge adit. So there's looks like they have a tunnel that goes through to enter that open pit. I might just take a look from above, but this thing's huge. Lots of green. Oh yeah. There's tunnels every which way. Just down here at the bottom. Little mini one. I gotta take a peek up there. Oh. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera, but All the way through at the bottom is some excellent timbering. This hole is insane. I think they call that cribbing. So I see some timbering and some cribbing right there. It's probably the main shaft that goes back into the mountain. And on this side, wow, I'm gonna have to climb all the way to the top to show you this. This is sketch right here. Nice chunks and layers of blue, green. Yeah, there's basically just Swiss cheese the whole top of this mountain. More. Still lots of nice green and blue. That is a lot of hard rock removed. I guess I'll go check this one out on the way down. It's just I mean, even the weathered decomposing rocks are full of green. The settler that found this place must have had dollar signs in his eyes. Another huge cut. It's a good view. I don't know if it's bright enough to see that. But that's it's kind of a false floor maybe with a tunnel underneath it and some cribbing. That would be worth coming back and exploring that section right there. Like the timber looks like it's in really good shape. I don't see any collapses or breaks or anything. All right, back to the bike. Let's see what else we can find. See if I can get a good close-up of this collared lizard. These guys are so cool. My shadow's gonna go right over him. It's all right, buddy. Just taking a look. I've noticed that type of lizard is a lot more chill than the little brown and black striped ones. I've actually had one of those let me take a picture like right up in his face and he didn't move. All right, let's continue. Okay, so I'm at the very top of the hill. All the stuff I just inspected is just right here and a little bit beyond that. That's where I just was. And we have another, another straight down drop vertical shaft. Do the old rock test. Oops, sorry. The pigeon down there. It doesn't seem like it's too deep anyways. This one's all either collapsed or just never was dug out. Okay, so I just came from way over that way. I'm probably about 4 miles west, maybe about 1.5 miles north of where I just was. So there's some mining down here too. It looks like they have a little hole dug. Somebody threw a bunch of boards on top of it to try to close it, I guess. It doesn't look that old to me. And then these waste rock piles are huge. So it looks like they have a gate right here to block off this mine. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna hike up it and see if it's somewhat close. Hopefully it's not the very top. Okay, so that whole outcrop, that one, and there's another one that's all waste rock. So this mine has to be pretty huge. I don't know if it was that one though. That might all be from that hole, because it makes sense. I mean, if they're kind of piping it out here, it would. I don't see anything. That's just the road cut going up, it looks like. I don't know, whatever. I won't be lazy. I'm gonna hike up this and just see if there's anything up around that corner. Alright, so here's a better view of those waste rock piles. And the way they're fanned out, it looks like they came from that hole. And this just keeps going. So I'm just gonna keep clip-clopping up this trail in my riding boots and backpack and stuff, and then hopefully I won't get skunked around that corner. All right, I made it to the corner. Now I can see that nice sandy area a little closer. Some kind of big old mine, I don't know, mill or something down there. Cool rock, just random rock in the middle of the hills. And then, so I can't quit now, I'm too far. So I gotta go and walk around that corner and see if anything's up here. All right, so here's a good open view, or a good other side view of that open pit from way before the huge one that had the chunk that was about ready to fall off. So you can see straight across that nice level area. That's where that chunk is. That's a huge overhang too. That thing's gonna make like a thunder sound when it hits. Man, I wish I could be here for that. But yeah, you can see the scale of that thing. There's an adit cut into the side there. Another one down a little bit further. And came around the corner. Check this out. So this little spot they found right here, definitely coming up with a lot of green. So it looks like we got a shaft going into the mountain, and then they also decided to cut a shaft down there. I can't tell if that's all filled in or it comes out the other way, but so they're probably chasing, let's see if I can get my shadow out of the way, that nice juicy green vein right there. Look at that. And just like the other one that they had kind of blocked off to motor vehicles, this one looks like it's still a pretty good producer. Or it was a pretty good prospect when they kind of dug through it. So yeah, it's a nice little punch into the ground, and we'll just keep going up and following this road. And I'm assuming there's more around the corner. I'm at the top of the hill. Doesn't look like there's anything at the very tip top, but they've kind of tried to block off the southern tip of this little hill, and I believe this will be overlooking. So there's a road that goes to the main workings there that they have gated off, and then yeah, this will be coming up to the edge of the pit. just want to get a good look at it from the other side. Looks like there's a lot more adits over here. Big old fat one at the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna head back up and then actually I think I'll take this other way down the hill and just meet up with my bike in a little circle. So I'll come back if there's anything interesting. All right, didn't see anything really interesting. So we came down above the hole that made all these huge piles. I get a better look at that. And it is pretty much, I don't know, that's definitely accessible. So this this shaft must be pretty pretty long and must fork off in a lot of directions to remove that much waste rock. So this was probably a named mine, wasn't a prospect. And they must have found something they liked because they processed many tons of rock and just kind of conveyed them out into these little piles similar to what I see around the Comstock. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the little sand pit. Okay, so I'm at the old mill thing. And as you can see, Rhonda's a slut. Yeah, this is old. So this was probably some kind of mill. Imagine this. Okay, quick overview. It's a few little partner rocks and like a nice little wide open riding area. I like it. Not even a solid rock, some kind of conglomerate. Okay, on to the sandy part. I don't understand what I'm looking at. It looks like they tarred the whole top of this pile. It's like some kind of asphalt and tar. Interesting. I don't see the mine here anymore. I think it's been collapsed or otherwise. Alright, moving on. You want to see the most uninviting building ever? It's not that big old thing that I was just in. It's the weird little one with the penis drawn on it and the creepy doll in the doorway. Oh, but there's like a little hedgehog too. Okay, it's not so bad. Creepy. Cute. Oh god, there's some kind of rodent family living in here. I don't know if that's coming through, but they got a nice nest right there. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but almost reminds me of like an Aztec temple. I wish I could have seen this when it was still in operation. But the ruins look like they were just carved into the hill or something. Okay, I think I'm going to take the sandy area and that little hill climb. My knobbies are nice and juicy, so I should be able to make to the top of that no problem. We'll see what we can see. I'm really glad I looked behind me before I headed up the hill. Look at that thing. So that would be big enough for a lifted Ford full-size pickup easily. You could probably fit a dump truck in that hole. That is insanely huge. Man, I wish I had a flashlight. I would probably walk up that a little ways. Some kind of wire I left out here that's just decomposed over many decades. Okay, that is nuts. Okay, I'm at the sandy area and I see something else cool. Look at these layers. Another good angle. Okay, I'm just west of that little hilltop, and I did find something interesting. This big old sand pit right here. So I just came down the hill. Now I'm gonna go play in some sand. Still a little bit wet, so it's nice and dense. This is easy sand. I don't know if this place was a dump at one point or if people just dumped so much crap out of here, but I see so much metal and crap laying on the hill. There's trash everywhere, so I think I'm gonna bail, go just find the trail.